Hey everyone, how's it going? My name is Mark, and I've sold thousands of cards on both eBay and TCG Player. I'm creating a series of videos that together will create a comprehensive guide explaining how to pack and ship trading cards of all values and quantities in a cost-effective way, while providing quality but not excessive protection. This video outlines how to ship 3 or 4 cards with total value of $15 or less. Alright, so what do you need to ship 3 or 4 relatively cheap cards? Well, first, you need the cards you plan to ship. Second, you need sleeves, preferably penny sleeves. If you're running a business and trying to keep costs down, do not buy Ultra Pro sleeves. eBay has several other brands like ProSafe, Cardboard Gold, and BCW that work just as well and are much less expensive. If you find the right deal and buy a large enough quantity, you should be getting them at around a penny a sleeve or less. Who would have thought? Third, you need a business envelope. If you're running a shop, I've found that Amazon tends to have the cheapest bulk envelope packages. You can usually get a pack of 500 envelopes for around 3 cents a piece. Fourth, if you sold the card on a site like TCG Player or eBay, you need your printed packing slip. If you didn't sell your card and are just shipping it for funsies or to a friend, or you don't want to include the packing slip in the package for whatever reason, then an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper will suffice. Fifth is a pair of scissors. Sixth is a pen. Seventh is scotch or preferably packing tape.
Attention, this is the Tape Police speaking. We have received word that a Magic Finance Authority is recommending using Scotch tape instead of painter's tape. Please remain calm and listen for further.
Wait. Deep breaths, just hear me out. I've seen several authorities criticize using Scotch tape instead of the almighty painter's tape, because if Scotch tape touches the card, it can leave a residue and damage the card while trying to remove it from the packaging. For the record, I agree that Scotch tape touching the card is no good, and generally worse than painter's tape touching card. However, my packing method reduces the risk of tape touching card to basically 0, so in my opinion, it doesn't really matter whether you use Scotch tape or painter's tape. Anyway, if you're running a business and own a packing tape dispenser, you can buy cheap bulk packing tape refills for less than $2 a piece, making the cost of tape per card less than a penny, basically negligible. The 8th item you'll need is a return address label. If you're just shipping casually, then feel free to write directly on the envelope, but if you're running a business and don't want to write the return address on 50 envelopes a day for eternity, I would recommend making a quick return address template in Microsoft Word. You can print out as many as you want for way less money than buying monogrammed envelopes or those fancy self-stick return address labels. Using the packing tape, you can tape it onto the envelope and save yourselves tons of time, hassle, and money. 9th, you need a thank you note. If you run a business, customer experience is everything. If the customer receives an easy-to-open, well-protected package with a nice thank you note in the inside so they can't miss it, what do you think they'll want to do? Give positive feedback. My thank you notes thank the customer for their order, provide an email address in case they have a problem or question about their order, gently nudge them to leave positive feedback if they had a positive experience, and wish them a nice day. I have my thank you notes typed up in Microsoft Word for the same reason. I have my return address labels typed up. It saves me time and money. Alright, the last items you'll need depend on what materials you have lying around and how much you care about minimizing your cost basis. First, let's talk like you're casually shipping out cards and are alright with spending a few extra cents for the sake of convenience. In this case, you need 2 top loaders. As with penny sleeves, whether you're running a business or just a casual player, I recommend not buying top loaders from Ultra Pro. Cardboard Gold and BCW branded top loaders are perfectly fine and consistently cost much less than Ultra Pro, regardless of quantity. And last but not least, you'll need stamps. If you use 2 top loaders, you will need both a forever stamp and an additional ounce stamp. I haven't had much luck finding discounts on additional ounce stamps on eBay or Amazon, so if you don't have any additional ounce stamps lying around, I would recommend not placing any postage on the envelope and paying for postage at the post office. If you don't have any additional ounce stamps and don't want to go to the post office, 2 forever stamps will also do the trick. Now let's talk like you're running a business, shipping out several orders a day, and are trying to minimize your shipping costs. If this is the case, I would recommend purchasing BCW brand thick 79-point top loaders. Granted, they are used only for orders fitting this video's description. These top loaders are almost never cost efficient because they cost 30 cents a piece, even if you buy them by the thousand. In any other circumstance, I would recommend using 2 8-cent top loaders and placing 2 cards in each top loader. However, in this exact situation, 79-point top loaders can fit up to 4 cards comfortably, and when packed following this video's instructions, result in a package weighing less than 1 ounce. This means that you only need a forever stamp to ship it. By contrast, the cost basis of using 2 normal top loaders and an additional ounce stamp adds up to at least 36 cents. That means you are saving at least 6 cents per order by using a BCW brand 79-point top loader. And in case this got lost in the fray, the last item you'll need is a forever stamp. If you're looking for the cheapest place to buy forever stamps, look no further than eBay. They frequently sell rolls of 100 forever stamps, which you could buy at the post office for 58 cents a piece, for around 40 cents to 50 cents a piece. That's huge savings. Another nifty tip is that eBay often sells pre-forever stamped envelopes for a huge discount. The best deal I've ever gotten was 1,000 pre-stamped envelopes for 35 cents a piece. These deals are less common than deals on rolls of stamps, but if you're patient, they will come up. Now, before I get to the actual packing step, let's briefly discuss what you don't need for orders of this quantity and value. First is a bubble mailer. Bubble mailers are very secure, but are overkill for orders like this. They cost more and are a hassle to ship because you can't just use a forever stamp on them. A top loader in a business envelope provides plenty of protection. Second, loose cardboard as a brace. Similarly to bubble mailers, cardboard provides an unnecessary amount of protection for orders of this type. The addition of cardboard can even be detrimental to cost-effective shipping. Thick cardboard, in addition to card and top loader, risks making the business envelope too thick for machines, which can damage the card and/or allow the post office to charge you more for shipping. Third, a non-machinable stamp. I can understand how someone might think that a top loader going through those post office machines is dangerous. However, I've shipped thousands of cards without a non-machinable stamp and have never had an issue. In addition, those stamps are more expensive than forever stamps and are way harder to find outside of the post office. Don't worry about it, your shipment will be fine. Alright, now that you've acquired everything you need for shipment, how do you actually pack the card? Well, this is my packing formula. First, cut your return address label off your template and the recipient address off of the packing slip. If you did not make templates, then write the pertinent addresses on the envelope. Please make sure to do this while the envelope is empty, that way you don't write on an uneven surface and put the cards at undue risk. Second, use a strip of packing tape to cover both address labels. 2 12-point font address labels should fit perfectly next to each other on a single strip of packing tape. You can then just snip and separate the labels and stick them onto the envelope. This weatherproofs them very well on a budget. Third, place the stamp or stamps on the envelope if you don't plan to pay for postage at the post office. I always practice putting the stamp on the envelope after the addresses are applied or written onto the envelope, so that in case an address mistake happens, I don't waste a stamp. Once the envelope is stamped, put it off to the side. Fourth, place each card in a penny sleeve. Fifth, place the sleeved cards into the top loader or top loaders upside down. In other words, the opening of the penny sleeve should go in first. This is advantageous because when the card inevitably jostles around during transit, it will only come in contact with the inside of the top loader, not whatever is outside of the top loader. The sixth step differs slightly depending on if you're using 2 normal top loaders or 1 thick top loader. If you're using 2 normal top loaders, place them on the bottom of a landscape-oriented packing slip or 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, with their openings facing opposite directions. Fold the paper over the openings of each top loader, with each crease being around an inch from each end of the paper. Once you've made the fold, apply a small piece of tape to the sides of each top loader and the paper. Now, if you're using a 79-point thick top loader, take the packing slip or 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper and fold the paper over the opening of the top loader with the crease at the dashed TCG player line or approximately 1.5 inches from the top of the paper. Once you've made the fold, apply a small piece of tape to the side of the top loader and the paper. Do you remember 5 minutes ago when I went on a tirade about packing tape being perfectly fine for shipping cards? Well, here's why. These pieces of tape are the closest a piece of tape ever will and should come to the card. Tape should never, ever go over the lip of the top loader. Ever. Regardless of whether it's packing or painter's tape. 7th, fold the paper over the top loader or top loaders twice and apply a second piece of tape to the paper flap. With this trifold, you have essentially created a secure cocoon that perfectly secures the contents within the top loaders and provides a structure that reduces the amount a top loader moves when in the envelope. Finally, place the cocoon and thank you note in the envelope and seal it. Congratulations, you have just safely and cost-effectively packed 3 or 4 trading cards for shipment. Now, before I end this video, I want to say a couple things. I have seen other sellers recommend placing a top loader into a team bag, then stacking up all of your cards in the team bag in front of the top loader, even for orders up to 10 or 15 cards. This method is technically more cost efficient than my method, but in my opinion, it's way too risky. For example, all I have to do is drop the cards onto a sharp corner and they come out of the envelope damaged, even if they're protected by a penny sleeve. By contrast, if you just put the cards in a top loader and repeat the same experiment, the cards come out fine. If you're willing to take a higher risk in exchange for reduced cost basis, be my guest. And lastly, I just want to reiterate that $15 is just my gut feeling number. Feel free to ship more expensive cards this way if you're comfortable, and as long as TCG Player and eBay allow it. I personally am not, so I don't. Well, that's it from me. If you want to ship different quantities of cards, feel free to check out my other videos, and keep an eye out for my upcoming guide to shipping more expensive cards. I explain my process for those types of orders in as much detail as I did in this video. And last but not least, if you found this video helpful, please hit that like and subscribe button. It helps out the channel a ton. See ya! Hey everyone, how's it going? My name is Mark, and Alright, so what do you need to ship 3 or 4 This means that you only need a forever stamp to ship it. Wait. If you sold the card on a site like TCG Player or eBay, you need your printed... I've seen several authorities lionize using Scotch tape or painter's tape. I've seen several authorities lionize using Scotch tape or packing